Charlie Hurt, Washington Times opinion editor and a Fox News contributor. Charlie, it's good to see you. So John Kirby saying, where's the drama? I think that may go down in pop culture alongside Clara Peller's Where's the Beef?
Yeah, no, it's really incredible. And to listen to him sort of backpedal after the White House, look, trying to find the silver lining here, I'm delighted that the White House, that the Biden administration seems to be waking up to the fact that China is our #1 global enemy or competitor in the world, and that's a very important step. But then to listen to him sit there and try to backpedal after we've sort of reached this impasse, this verbal impasse, and to have him backpedaling really kind of exhibits nothing but weakness and cowardice, quite frankly, at a moment where, and I think that David is exactly right, at a moment where, the United States has to be showing absolute clarity and using the strength that we have in order to stand up to a regime that wants to destroy or at least displace the United States as leader of the free world.
And also, Charlie, and hi to you, by the way, highlighting the significance of the fact that while Kirby was updating from the White House, Secretary of State Antony Blinken was speaking live, saying that China should not be engaging in escalation, but Nancy Pelosi is expected to make this visit, while John Kirby in that briefing room wouldn't even say as much.
Yeah, and not only that, Sandra, but let's not forget, it was the White House that leaked this in the first place. There is obviously a lot of competition going on between Pelosi's office and the White House about how to handle all of this. But my goodness, and again, hats off to him for finally realizing that China is our global nemesis. But my goodness, this is the Keystone Cops. They can't shoot straight. They can't get their story straight. And China just sits back and is sort of chuckling to themselves.
And this is soundbite number 2. Let's just go back, because this drama thing was just extraordinary to watch. This is the question and answer between a correspondent at the White House briefing and John Kirby asking about all the drama surrounding Nancy Pelosi's visit. Listen here.
And there's precedent for Pelosi to visit Taiwan.
So what's the drama? What?
Have you watched the briefings the last couple of weeks? I mean, there's been this question of...
Yeah, I've been here the last couple of weeks. I haven't seen any drama. I think you're manufacturing it with your question.
I think you're manufacturing the drama with your question. The Chinese Foreign Ministry is not manufacturing the drama. This guy from the Global Times, a state-run media enterprise in China, is not manufacturing any drama with his tweet that maybe we should shoot, or maybe China should shoot Pelosi's plane out of the sky. I mean, I was just, and Sandra, I think, was too stunned that Kirby was trying to blame a correspondent for manufacturing drama when China's been rattling sabers.
Right. No, it is absolutely stunning. And I guess to some degree, a little bit of it may have to do with the fact that the White House is used to getting far more scripted questions that are not sort of off script, a lot more favorable, easier coverage, perhaps. And so they are surprised by it. But again, all you wind up exhibiting, and again, not just to us, not just to viewers of that, but to China itself, is this incredible display of weakness. It's like talking trash in a bar, and then when the guy stands up to you and looks at you, walks up to you, you start claiming you never said anything. It's a terrible exhibition of absolute weakness and a lack of clarity. And the one thing that you can say about the former president, President Trump, he used a lot of bellicose language. He used a lot of, he liked to display this, to display strength. But one thing about him is he was very clear with our opponents that this is what he wanted. This is what was in America's best interest. And we're not getting this from the Biden administration.
Charlie, you don't know anything about talking trash in the bar, so I'm not sure even where you came up with that analogy.
No. That's why I have very big friends.
All right,
Charlie, thank you.
Thank you.